The will of the timeless working out in time, in the free absolute steps of cosmic truth. He thinks a dead machine or unconscious fate. A magician's formulas have made matter's laws, and while they last, all things by them are bound. But the spirit's consent is needed for each act, and freedom walks in the same pace with law.
Oh, powerful. Now, what have we done? Have we done matter?
Yes, we have done matter.
And have we done freedom? I don't think,
Freedom, I am not sure. I don't think so.
no, I don't think so either. I don't know about law. Have we done law?
Law, maybe yes, but let me first check freedom. We've done force. No, we have not done freedom.
Right. So it's very interesting here that even though the timeless is working out its own will in time, in these free absolute steps of cosmic truth, man still thinks it's a dead machine, or he thinks it's unconscious fate. We have done fate, huh?
Yes,
Okay,
and law also we have done.
good. So here, Narad is saying that a magician, of course, the magician here is the divine, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
His formulas have made these laws of matter, and
Hmm.
we have done matter
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
But, and while they last, then everything is bound by them
Mm-hmm.
while they last. But still, the consent of our spirit is needed for each act.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Therefore, freedom walks in the same pace with law.
Law.
So you'll read from freedom then for us?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful.
Freedom is the law of being in its illimitable unity, secret, secret master of all nature. I'll read that again. Freedom is the law of being in its illimitable unity, secret master of all nature.
What does that mean to you?
To me, it means experiencing that freedom while, because today I was also reading Liberation of Nature from Synthesis, where we are reading about the tamas and rajas and sattva, where it all has to be balanced, and the unity of supreme supreme unity and supreme nature, when it unites, is when that liberation comes. So for me, this one speaks to me that the secret of the nature, or like, receiving that will, it lies in the experience of the freedom within us.
Yes, it's the law of being.
Yeah,
It's the law of being, and
yeah,
it's secret master of all nature
nature. Yeah,
because it is an illimitable unity,
yeah,
a unity that is without limits.
yeah.
Good.
And it also tells me that experiencing that freedom, like if I am doing an activity, or if I am bringing forth an idea or planning, the freedom that I experience out of it within myself can be a measure of my own alignment. If I'm aligned to really that master, or am I, if I'm not experiencing freedom, then I'm caught in one of my nature.
Very true. Very true. It is also a sign of your progress,
Hmm, okay.
inner progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
For freedom is the final law and the last consummation. Spirituality respects the freedom of the human soul because it is itself fulfilled by freedom. And the deepest meaning of freedom is the power to expand and grow towards perfection by the law of one's own nature, dharma.
He says it all just
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
few words.
Spiritual freedom is not the egoistic assertion of our separate mind and life, but obedience to the divine truth in ourselves and our members and in all around us.
So we have to really be very clear that the only freedom is spiritual freedom,
Yeah.
and that is not our ego's assertion
Mhm.
of our separate mind and life, but it's obedience to the divine truth in ourselves and our members and in all around us.
Mm.
Yeah,
Freedom is the law of being in its illimitable unity, secret master of all nature. We,
I think
we
I
have read,
repeated that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So long as one is not free from the ego sense, there can be no real freedom.
yeah, that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
And now he continues with telling us what could happen.
Yeah. All here can change if the magician choose. If human will could be made one with God's. If human thought could echo the thoughts of God. Man might be all-knowing and omnipotent, but now he walks in the nature's doubtful ray.
Know the natures. Now he walks in nature's doubtful ray. You said the natures.
Oh, okay, okay. But now he walks in nature's doubtful ray.
Yes. We'll have to move on then in a moment to the next page. Huh?
Yeah, yeah,
What is there to say? If we can be one with God, if our will could be made one with God's
yeah,
will, if our human thought, he just says, could echo the thoughts of God. Okay,
yeah,
very true.
yeah,
Then man could be all knowing and he could be omnipotent.
yeah,
Now he walks in nature's doubtful ray. Why is nature doubtful? Because nature is not fully realized as yet. Sri Aurobindo tells us how much is going to come, how beautiful nature is going to be when the supermind is fully here on earth.
mm,
And right now it's a doubtful ray.
mm,
But even though it's a doubtful ray, he says, yet can the mind of man receive God's light.
yeah.
And what else can happen?
Yet can the mind of man receive God's light. The force of man can be driven by God's force. Then is he a miracle doing miracles? Wow.
How true, yes.
Yeah, even those powerful lines, like, when I was reading, all here can change if the magician choose, if human will could be made one with God's. Like, I could feel something like move inside of me. And even these lines, then is he a miracle doing miracles?
We have seen a few of these people on the earth,
Hmm.
these great sages,
Yes.
these seers, these leaders of the world. We have
Yeah.
seen,
Yeah.
And we have seen this force of man driven by God's force.
Yeah.
We have seen England being bombed by Germany and the people never giving up,
Mm.
and Churchill leading them
Mm.
almost with Sri Aurobindo's words.
Mm.
And then man is a miracle doing miracles.
Yeah.
And for only so can he be nature's king. Only when he is this miracle doing miracles, not when he's in this realm of conquering nature, um, twisting nature to his own desires. Look at the wars now and these
Mm.
new weapons,
Yeah.
these weapons that shoot down weapons that that Israel is using against Iran now and Hamas.
Mm.
And only so can he be nature's king if he is if he is driven by God's force, not by these dark forces.
Mm.
We're in that time right now. So now nature we've done, I believe.
Yeah, nature we have done.
So now he takes us to what is going to happen. Because Narad is the visionary.
Yeah. For only so can he be nature's king. It is decreed, and Satyavan must die. The hour is fixed, chosen, the fatal stroke.
Yeah, I would say it is decreed.
It
Decreed
is decreed.
important word to accent here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is decreed, and Satyavan must die.
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Good. And what is Satyavan? Well, we know he's the soul carrying the divine truth of being within itself,
Mm-hmm.
but he is descended here on the earth into the grip of death and ignorance.
Mm.
So then mothers ask this question, and the question is Savitri represents the mother's consciousness, doesn't she? Mother says yes. And then the question is, what does Satyavan represent? Well, this is very interesting.
Mm.
Mother says, well, he is the avatar. He is the incarnation of the Supreme, Satyavan. So we know that Aswapati is also Sri Aurobindo,
Mm.
and now we know that Satyavan is also Sri Aurobindo.
Mm.
Okay? So he is the avatar.
Mm.
But I had not read that before. That was very interesting for me to read.
Okay. Yeah, it is very interesting.
He says the hour is fixed and the fatal stroke is chosen.
Mm.
But then he opens the door.
Yeah.
And what is that?
What else shall be written? Sorry. What else shall be is written in her soul? But till the hour reveals the fateful script, the writing waits, illegible and mute.
Yeah, we don't know, as they say, what's going to happen till it happens, right?
Yeah.
And
Fate.
but what else shall be is written in Savitri's soul.
Yeah.
But until that moment, until that hour reveals this fateful script, the writing of that, what is in the, of what is in her soul, and that fatal stroke, it's not clear yet, and it's silent.
Mm.
And why is it silent? Because the next line.
Fate is truth working out in ignorance.
It's a brilliant line, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, so what we call fate
Yeah.
is not really fate at all. It's
Mm-hmm.
truth. that is working out in ignorance.
Yeah.
And we have done fate before, have we not?
We have done fate, yes.
Yeah. And truth
Truth also, yes.
and ignorance.
Ignorance also, yes, I think.
Right. Now,
I will just check on ignorance.
mhm. I've done
Yes.
it with other people before, so I thought I did it with you also.
Yeah, we have, I think. No, I have not marked tick.
You haven't marked what?
I haven't marked that we have read. So maybe because I've started marking only after a certain point. So
Okay.
maybe I did. So I'll just go through it.
Yes, sure.
Ignorance is the absence of divine eye of perception, which gives us the sight of the supramental truth. It is the non-perceiving principle in our consciousness as opposed to the truth perceiving conscious vision and knowledge.
Very, very brilliant, huh?
Yeah,
It's the absence of the divine eye of perception. And only that divine eye of perception can give us the sight of the supramental truth.
yeah,
So ignorance is the non perceiving principle in
yeah,
our consciousness,
yeah.
which is the opposite of the truth perceiving conscious vision and knowledge. Very, very beautiful. Okay. Life divine again.
Ignorance is the consciousness of being in the succession, divided in its knowledge by dwelling in the moment, divided in its conception of self-being by dwelling in the divisions of space and the relations of circumstance, self-present in the multiple working of the unity. It is called ignorance because it has put behind it the knowledge of unity, and by that very fact is unable to know truly or completely either itself or the world, either the transcendent or the universal reality.
Very true. Huh?
Hmm.
The consciousness of being in the successions of time, but divided in its knowledge by this living in the moment. It's very interesting. I don't know if I talked to you about the Thich Nhat Hanh and his wonderful Buddhist teacher.
Hmm.
He has many, many quotations,
Yeah,
but he speaks of living in the moment.
yeah.
And this is something that Sri Aurobindo is not too, I guess, moved by,
Hmm.
because this dwelling in the moment often divides us in knowledge, because it's not the universal understanding. This is not the wideness of the vision. Everything is just sort of in the moment.
Hmm.
So it can be good, it can be negative also.
Hmm.
And it is called the ignorance, because, and it capitalizes the I there, even in
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that sense,
yes.
because he has put behind it the knowledge of unity, and that's what we have to get at.
Hmm.
And by that very fact, we're unable to know it, to
Hmm.
know ourself or the world
Yeah,
or the
trans-
transcendent or the universal reality,
yeah.
because we have put behind it the knowledge of unity.
Hmm.
So next one.
Ignorance means avidya, the separative consciousness and the egoistic mind and life that flow from it, and all that is natural to the separative consciousness and the egoistic mind and life. This ignorance is the result of a movement by which the cosmic intelligence separated itself from the light of the supermind, and lost the truth of being, truth of divine consciousness, truth of force and action, truth of Ananda. As a result, instead of a world of integral truth and divine harmony created in the light of the divine gnosis, we have a world founded on the part truths of an inferior cosmic intelligence in which all is half truth, half error. All in the consciousness of this creation is either limited or else perverted by separation from the integral light. Even the truth it perceives is only a half knowledge. Therefore, it is called the ignorance, the mother.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. Yeah.
All ignorance is a penumbra which environs an orb of knowledge.
Environs.
Environs, okay.
We have the word environment.
Yeah, like environment.
This is environs, yes.
Okay, environs, an orb of knowledge.
Yes. So the penumbra is that
Like covering.
covering over the orb of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Good.
world is not really created by a blind force of nature. Even in the inconscient, the presence of the Supreme Truth is at work. There is a seeing power behind it which acts infallibly, and the steps of the ignorance itself are guided even when they seem to stumble. For what we call the ignorance is a cloaked knowledge, a knowledge at work in a body not its own, but moving towards its own supreme self discovery.
Well, Sri Aurobindo really gives us another view of the thing now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's so beautiful actually that there is a seeing power
Mm-hmm.
behind ignorance,
Yeah.
and it acts infallibly. And even the steps of ignorance are guided, even when we seem to stumble.
Number. Yeah.
We are being guided by this power,
Mm.
this this seeing power.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we stumble. And what we call the ignorance is a knowledge that is covered, a knowledge at work in a body that's not its own, but moving towards its own supreme self discovery. How,
Mm.
how so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, we carry on again. One more, Life Divine.
Yeah. I'll read that one once again and then read it.
Yes, certainly, certainly.
This world is not really created by a blind force of nature. Even in the inconscient, the presence of the Supreme Truth is at work. There is a seeing power behind it which acts infallibly, and the steps of the ignorance itself are guided even when they seem to stumble. For what we call the ignorance is a cloaked knowledge, a knowledge at work in a body, not its own, but moving towards its own supreme self discovery. Such a long sentence.
Yes.
Knowledge is no doubt the knowledge of the One, the realization of the being. Ignorance is a self oblivion of being, the experience of separateness in the multiplicity, and a dwelling or circling in the ill understood maze of becomings.
Well, you're reading very well. In fact, you're reading these descriptions maybe even a little bit better than the poetry.
I
And
think
I
that's because
think it's
of
because you
my.
studied so much the synthesis and
Yeah,
other things. You have the you using the common word. You have the hang of Sri Aurobindo's English.
yeah. Yeah,
Very good.
because I've been reading it for much longer. So I think in time, Savitri, it will also come to me.
Oh, it will, no
Yeah,
doubt, no
yeah.
doubt.
Already I'm reading so much better thanks to you. So,
So, well, now it's almost time. So, do you want
yes.
to? from the
No,
beginning?
we can read from the beginning and
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you read from? Maybe you could read from the very first. Um, all here can change, huh?
yeah, I read till fate is truth working out in ignorance, right? That's where we stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't read O King, Thy Fate. So I think that's also a good place to stop.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
So,
I
so
read.
we're going to work out. Uh, oh, I think maybe it would be good if you could start from the beginning, where we have man seeing. Uh, he stares at infinite possibility, because all this is about chance and fate and can you
Yeah, understood. Yeah, yeah. He stares at infinite possibility.
very good start,
Yeah.
yes.
He stares at infinite possibility and gives to the plastic vast the name of chance. He sees the long results of an all-wise force, planning a sequence of steps in endless time. But, but in the links,
No, but in its
but in
links.
its links, but in its links imagines a senseless chain, or the dead hand of cold necessity.
Hmm.
He answers not to the mystic mother's heart, misses, misses the ardent heavings of her and feels cold rigid limbs of lifeless law. The will of the timeless working out in time, in the free absolute steps of cosmic truth, he thinks a dead machine or unconscious fate. A magician's formula have made matter's laws, and while they last, all things by them are bound. But but the spirit's consent is needed for each act, and freedom walks in the same pace with law. All here can change if the magician choose, if human will could be made one with God's, if human thought could echo the thoughts of God, man might be all-knowing and omnipotent. But now he walks in nature's doubtful ray. Yet can the mind of man receive God's light? The force of man can be driven by God's force. Then is he a miracle doing miracles? For only so can he be nature's king. It is decreed, and Satyavan must die. The hour is fixed, chosen the fatal stroke. What else shall be is written in her soul.
What else shall be is written in her soul.
What else shall be is written in her soul.
Yes.
But till the hour reveals the fatal script, the
Faith,
writing
no, faithful,
fateful.
not
Sorry.
fatal.
Wow, big difference. I'll
The
read a
script.
little slow.
Okay.
What else shall be is written in her soul, but till the hour reveals the fateful script, the writing waits illegible and mute. Fate is truth working out in ignorance.
Very good. Excellent.
Thank you, Narad.
You're welcome. It was a good morning. Very
Yes.
good. Good. Namaste.
Namaste. See you on Thursday.